Are we good? Hello?
One, two, three, one, two, three. One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. One, two, three.
Testing, testing.
One, two, three.
Testing, testing. I have nothing on this one either.
Can you check the cable? Check the cable.
Testing.
One, two, three, one, two, three.
All right. Welcome. Thank you for waiting. We're going to hope that the air conditioning holds out in here. Before we officially are welcomed by our freshman, Coraline Belita, I just want to also welcome you all, and can we have a huge round of applause for these amazing young people. And now, to welcome us all for the evening, Coraline Belita.
Good evening, class of 2026, families, friends, and SLA staff. My name is Coraline Belita, and I'm class of 2029. When I walked into this building on the first day of school, I was worried about the seniors. Specifically, I believe that they're going to be rude, inconsiderate, and disrespectful to us newcomers. But when I walked out of this building on that same day, my beliefs had completely changed. My experience this year showed me that the class of 2026 was amazing, both academically and socially. No other grade could have made us freshmen as comfortable as they did. All of them have given me such amazing memories from my first year here. So for your last time here, I'll recall them. To my SAT, Chloe. When I walked into the bathroom with a sick stomach, you did not only notice me, but you acted urgently and made sure that I was okay afterward. From then on, I did not only see you as an SAT, but I saw you as a caring and considerate person. The same goes for my SATs, Riley and Angelina. My photography mini course instructor, Reese. And Jay and Yoon, the organizers for the art show. You have been wonderful collaborators and friends. Collectively, you have brought so much to the school and truly inspire me. However, I would not be on this stage if it wasn't for someone who has been so entirely devoted to his love of making movies and funny skits. Someone who has led me on and inspired me to come to SLA, my older brother, Gabriel Joseph Belita. I know I have just named a few of the many seniors on stage, but they prove and represent how courageous, hilarious, and caring you all are. So, thank you for welcoming this nervous freshman into the SLA family. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You made it!
One of the wonderful things about being a 20-year-old school at this point is that we now have alumni who are doing amazing things in the world. Our keynote speaker is one such alumni, or alum. The English teacher in me just grimaced at it myself. Horace Ryans is an educator, an activist, and a believer in the idea that we can make the world a better place through the way that we learn together. During his 4 years of being at SLA, he was one of those students that just always, quite frankly, seemed to embody the title of mayor of SLA. Since he has left us, he has graduated from Morehouse University. And he is pursuing advanced degrees in education while also working as a youth program educator for Bolt and trying to change the lives of so many young people here in Philadelphia. It is my honor and my pleasure to welcome tonight's keynote speaker, Horace Ryans III.
Good afternoon. That sucked. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Before I begin, I want to take a moment. Can we all give a round of applause for the class of 2026? Absolutely, absolutely. Class of 2026, if you will join me and give a round of applause for every single person in here who got you to this point. Clap for these people. Absolutely. First, I want to thank Mr. Lehman for inviting me here today. It is truly an honor. Thank you to my mother, Ms. Pulley, and my father, who have gotten me to this point. And thank you to my partner, Taj, who has helped me write this speech. Again, my name is Horace Ryans III, class of 2020 from SLA. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, I appreciate it. And I'm a 2024 graduate of Morehouse College. Today, I'm a graduate student, researcher, and educator here in the city that raised me, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Exactly, thank you. Now, I was unsure of what I wanted to share with you all today. This is the first time I'm being tapped to write a speech that inspires young people, but I was struggling because the first draft of this speech was very, very corny, and I would have lost you. So I hope in my attempt today that you feel something that makes you proud of what you've accomplished today. First, I'm going to give you a little bit about my personal narrative. Then I'm going to speak directly to the theme of this speech. And finally, I'm going to share the expectations that we have for these graduates as they embark on this new journey. Does that sound all right? All right, let's do it. The theme of this speech is, "You are ready. The world is waiting for you." Now, ironically, the first time I didn't feel ready was the ending of sophomore year when I knew the next year I would have to take Mr. Reddy's pre-calculus class. Yeah, no shade to Mr. Reddy. He is an amazing educator, but math was never my subject. My test scores showed it. I still remember the shame I felt after the PSSAs and the SATs, knowing my scores weren't going to be competitive. I had barely survived where's Mr. Latimer? I barely survived Mr. Latimer's class, Algebra 2. I wasn't going to get it. So I had this understanding that pre-calc was that next step, and I didn't feel ready. I thought to myself, I don't feel ready for this. Because I did not feel ready, I ended up taking geometry with Ms. Gasser and statistics, which both presented their own challenges, but at least it wasn't pre-calc. No, I'm not doing it. But that thought that I was not ready, I didn't feel ready, it did two things for me. First, it gave me the perfect excuse to not do anything. It meant that if I did not feel ready, I did not have to try. Second, and more dangerously, I started to believe that not feeling ready simply meant I wasn't good enough. So I graduated SLA without ever taking pre-calc, and honestly, that felt like a win. I never failed that class because I never took that class. You wasn't going to get me. So the excuse for this math class, though, of not feeling ready, it followed me. It grew. It morphed into a fear of pre-calc, morphed into an inescapable fear of not being ready for my own future. Now, there were many moments when avoiding any situation where I didn't feel ready allowed me to escape feelings of shame, self-doubt, and fear. I could not fail at something when I never tried it in the first place. I gave up on learning math. I gave up on trying to be a straight-A student. I didn't study for the SATs. I didn't seek out help when I needed it, all because I never felt ready. I made it to college, technically an adult. I carved out a plan for my future, masterfully avoiding every single situation where I did not feel ready. In doing so, and this is a word of warning, I believed I had conquered these feelings. When I was in this bubble, I finally began to feel a little ready. I knew that when I graduated, my goal was to apply to PhD programs and to become the next big thinker in education, all the while still not doing any math. Now, to get into graduate school, wouldn't you know it, in some cases, you are required to sit for the GRE. It's just like the SATs. It's the same test I still did not study for. And guess what was on it? Math. Oh, I love that part. Now, upon learning this, that same feeling of not being ready came back. I remember literally saying to myself, I don't feel ready for this test. But I knew if I wanted to meet my future, this was the only obstacle standing in my way. Okay, so I found the courage. I paid $200 of my own money in this economy to register for this test. And keep in mind, I'm in college. I don't have any money. So I scheduled this test. I had a date. I had a time. This was a pretty big deal. October 18th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I spent months getting ready for this test. And on the morning of the exam, I didn't show up. All because I felt I was not ready. Now, the conditions were perfect. Everything I needed to make my dreams happen was right in front of me. And I did not feel it was the right moment. And that's exactly the point I want to make today. Ready is not a feeling. The word ready is an adjective. It describes a state of being. If you go on the dictionary, there are 6 definitions of the word, and every definition indicates to an action. Not one of them suggests you must feel anything to start. To be ready, class of 2026, it means you are in a suitable state for an activity, action, or situation. What will you do when the moment to change comes and you don't feel ready? What do you do when the conditions for success are perfect, but you don't feel ready? My point is this. You don't have to feel ready, but you must trust yourself enough that whenever your moment comes, you will be ready. And here's what I want you to know. Despite never feeling ready, despite getting away from pre-calc, despite missing that exam, I still graduated college with honors. I traveled across the country and spoke on national stages. I've conducted research at some of the top universities, Stanford, Princeton, even Temple down the street. And I got into graduate school. We made it happen. And today I have the privilege of standing here in front of you talking and giving this speech, not because I always felt ready, but because I knew that when my moment came, I had to be ready. And I wish I learned this earlier, because the blueprint was literally dropped into my lap. The same thing is true for you. You, all of you, are a part of something greater. SLA has shaped you in more ways than you know. We can look directly to our core values in case we need reminders. Inquiry. We must always be asking questions about the world, about our place in it, staying curious about how to create a better tomorrow. Research. We can go find these answers. We can explore, discover, and go find ourselves, wherever we think that is. Collaboration. Build community. Finding people we can grow with, to know we are never, ever alone. Presentation. Putting something into the world, making it meaningful. Put yourselves on display because we are valuable. And finally, reflection, sitting with your work. Each of us should begin to ask the question, did I do what I set out to do? What is left and what is next? And then at the end of that, you get to do it all over again. In this room, on this stage, we have our next generation of thinkers, leaders, innovators, teachers, doctors, engineers, and filmmakers. The world needs your talent. We need your unique perspectives that will shift these paradigms. You are what the world is waiting on. Ready or not, there is a space carved out specifically for each and every one of you. You are the light that we need. Take what SLA has given you and make a choice to change this world. And finally, I'll close with this. I have been where you are. I have looked at this world with young eyes, uncertain of where I belong, and I have asked, who am I? And what am I supposed to do? Here's what I know now. Every single adult in this room has had them same questions. We have laughed and we have cried. We have been lifted by joy and brought low by sorrow. We have searched for hope and sometimes met despair. That feeling of not being ready, you have to let it go. You are our future. You are our beautiful tomorrow. The world is waiting for you. Thank you.
And now, the first of our senior speakers, Fiona Shee.
Well, I don't feel ready, but here we are. When I was being interviewed for admission to SLA, there was just one question I thought I answered poorly. It was, why will SLA be a better school because you came here? I remember pausing for a long time, then, unable to withstand the silence any longer, I blurted out a very basic answer, something along the lines of having a unique personality. It's much easier to cite how SLA has made me a better person. In fact, I can recall multiple moments in each of my 4 years here that have definitively shaped the way I conduct myself and the way I view each of our core values. As many of you may know, I am a bit of a perfectionist, and I'm definitely not the only one. But I always thought that was a good thing, until our freshman year intro to drama class. As we wrote plays together, I started to see how my need for perfection fed my shortcomings as a collaborator. Actually, that should have been obvious to me after I hogged the computer for 3 class periods straight. But anyway, paired with some late night reflecting, That project started my journey toward becoming a better listener and teammate. Another reflection-heavy moment was my first pre-calc benchmark in Mr. Reddy's class. It was my lowest project grade ever. I was working with my best friends, who are the smartest people I know, and we did double the amount of math required in an attempt to exceed expectations. Keyword attempt. We got a C. This time, collaboration was seamless, but it turns out we just didn't read the project description correctly. Yeah, should have read it again. Anyway, that mistake taught me the importance of taking things one step at a time instead of just sprinting eyes closed toward a final product. My de Tocqueville essay from Mr. Block's class required the most inquiry and research I had ever put into a single project. From that one, I learned how to refine my curiosity into something precise. These experiences inspired me to become an SAT and a tutor and forced me to keep facing my own imperfections. So to anyone who's ever received academic support from me through the aforementioned roles, thank you for helping me improve my presentation skills. Maybe you could tell, maybe you couldn't, but my brain gears were screeching the whole time as I tried to formulate coherent responses. They're screeching right now too, but I got better at coming up with serious-sounding answers, but sometimes I still have to concede defeat and admit that I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's kind of the beauty of SLA. We are allowed to not know what we're doing, we are allowed to make mistakes, and we are not defined by any one grade or project. My teachers know who I am as a person, not just as a student. And that really gave me the confidence to fail again, and eventually succeed. Because SLA knows who I am beyond my failures and successes. Now, if I were once again asked, why will SLA be a better school because you came here? I would say that we'd form a relationship of mutual improvement. SLA provided a space for me to learn and grow into a better human being. And in turn, I used the skills I gained to improve SLA as a place of learning and as a community. I'm proud to have given what I could to this school that gave me the best 4 years, and I'm confident that we have made SLA a better place, no matter how we answered that question as clueless 8th graders. And we will continue to make SLA a better place, even now that we are officially alumni, well, not quite yet, but almost, because we will make great use of SLA's core values out in the world as we begin the next phase of our journey and experience life as adults. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage, or to the podium, our second student speaker, Destiny Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Friends, family, faculty, and class of 2026. It is an honor to stand here before you today. In all honesty, I did not think that this moment would come as fast as it did. But guys, we made it. Before I continue, I have to give honor to whom honor is due. First, I want to thank the faculty and the staff for the support you have given us through these 4 years. Yes, give it up, give it up. Thank you for the time you put into teaching us valuable lessons and skills. It prepares us to be successful in life. Thank you for encouraging us to care about our grades even when you knew we could care less. Thank you for helping us to see the potential we possess even if we slept in class, and possibly, maybe, okay, most definitely skipped a class from time to time. It's a secret, don't tell them, don't tell them. Next, I'd like to give honor to our parents and our family. You have given us a place to stay, clothes on our backs, and food on our tables. Thank you for understanding all the situations that came up last minute. Although being in the background, you still gave us support even when we weren't aware of it in the moment. All the hard work that you invested into our lives contributed to us being the people we are today. You have done so much for us, and for that, we thank you. And finally, here's to the class of 2026. Let's give it up, let's give it up. Here's to the late nights, stressful days, tiresome weeks, exhausting months, and you know I can honestly keep going. There are plenty of times where I'm sure some of us thought we wouldn't be able to pull through, but through it all, guys, we made it. Let's reminisce on the memories we made with people sitting around you today. It is not guaranteed that they will be with us for the next few years of our life. That's why moments like this matter so much. One of the biggest lessons I hope we can keep with us is you can't get distracted by the noise, by drama, hearsay, by assumptions, by those seeming to tear you down. You need to believe in yourself and put your best foot forward, because at the end of the day, no one will have your back as much as you do. Another lesson we can keep with us is the importance of balance. Learning to balance work and responsibilities while also enjoying ourselves and having fun is how we can make the most of our time. The work you put in now creates the foundation for the rest of your lives. If we work hard now, you can build a firm foundation that can last even if we decide to have fun and have a good time once in a while. Lock in now, but don't forget to live in the moment. At SLA, each year we focused on something different. Freshman year was identity, sophomore year was systems, junior year was change, and finally, senior year we focused on creation. Reflecting back, I realized just how connected all of those things are. Even now, we're still trying to understand ourselves better. We're still grappling with identity, building systems that work for us, making changes in life that will benefit us in the long run, creating lives that are fulfilling, and maybe along the way, make the world a little bit better than it was yesterday. I believe you can be the author of your own life. Every decision you make, every setback you overcome, every risk you take, every goal you chase becomes part of your story. You and you only have the ability to write it. As we begin to close this chapter and move to a new one, I hope we can continue to carry the core values that SLA has taught us. Hope we can continue to inquire about situations that intrigues us and learn more about the world we live in. Hope we can continue to research the best strategies that will help us achieve our goals. Continue to collaborate with those around us, because success feels better when you have people you can share it with. We are better when we come together to work on solutions and share goals. We should continue to present ourselves in a way that shows confidence, ambition, and self-respect. We should carry ourselves in a way that shows we have assurance in ourselves, our work, and our worth. And finally, I hope we can continue reflecting on both our accomplishments and losses, because they both shape us into the people we are today. SLA has set a pathway for us to reach our dreams, whether it's as engineers, business owners, corporate workers, nurses, doctors, scientists, sports managers, athletes, researchers. The list can go on. The class of 2026, you are the author of your own story. It is up to you to decide what you want to make out of the next chapter of your life. As we begin to rocket into the future, we must lead, continue to learn, and become the change makers of the world. Thank you. Go Rockets.
Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Destiny does not know that this is coming, but we're very lucky for many years to have a volunteer who helped our SLA students with their college essay, a woman by the name of Elizabeth Block. She passed a few years ago, and her family, to honor her, told us that one of the great joys of her life were helping SLA students, and they chose to endow a scholarship in her name. It is my pleasure to let you know, Destiny, that you are the 2026 awardee of the Elizabeth Block Scholarship of $16,000. We joke around a little bit that SLA really does have its own language, and I am never more aware of that when I have to follow speakers like Horace and Fiona and Destiny, because I realize that I'm just going to tell you pretty much the same thing. So with that, let us first, and again, we'll clap a number of times, we can do it again, honor the incredible achievements of a truly outstanding group of young people, the Science Leadership Academy class of 2026. And if you would hold all of your applause, because graduates, if you would take a moment to clap for everyone here, your teachers, your parents, your family, your friends, who helped you get to this amazing moment in time. And parents and families, one of the things that makes graduation so emotional for all of us at SLA is that we're not just saying goodbye to your kids, but to you as well. For many families, today is the end of a 4-year journey that you have embarked upon with us. And for several families of the class of 26, today is the end of a journey that has spanned many years and multiple children. You all have been such an essential part of the SLA experience, and I know that I speak for all of the adults at SLA when I say simply, thank you. Thank you for sharing your children with us. Thank you for every parent advisor conference. Thank you for cheering at all of the sporting events. Thank you for driving to all of the sporting events for some of you. Thank you for believing in the idea of the little school that could. And please know that we have always worked as hard as we could to be worthy of your trust. And teachers and advisors, thank you for all that you have done with and for our students. I have been lucky enough to listen to our graduates talk about all the ways that you have pushed them to do great things and all the ways that you have made their lives better over these last 4 years. And one of the great joys of my job is that I get to walk around every day and watch the amazing things that happen in our classrooms when students and teachers come together in the spirit of inquiry and do great things together. Our students are so lucky to have all of you in their lives. Yes. 20 years ago, we had an idea. We had an idea that school could be more than tests and quizzes, more than grades and attendance, more than in the impersonal march through curriculum that so many of us experienced in our high school years. We had the idea that school could be a place where we asked big questions together, where we built things, where we explored ideas, and where we all had the opportunity to grow and learn and become the best versions of ourselves together. And I know, graduates, that there were probably days when you all thought, can't I just go to a normal school? But you didn't. And you hung in there with us. And you did ask those big questions, and you made incredible things. And my goodness, when I look at you all now, how we have grown together. Over these past several months, there have been a lot of stories told and retold about how you all came in here as ninth graders. And there has been a great deal of laughter and perhaps eye-rolling as you watched the, shall we say, energy of this year's ninth graders. And you thought back to the days when you were in their shoes. And yes, it has been fun to tell those stories and listen and reminisce with you, but it's been more than that as well. Because I can think of no group of graduates, Horace, I apologize, who as a group better exemplify the idea that we are better together than all of you do. You are as SLA gets. Simply, you guys show up. This year especially, you took your responsibilities as seniors so seriously. You were incredible student assistant teachers. You were amazing captains of your teams, taking teams deep into the city and state playoffs. You ran clubs that provided space and voice for your colleagues, making sure that our school was always more than the classes they took. You helped Jeremy give dozens of tours. You interviewed hundreds of prospective students. You put in what seemed like thousands of miles with Students Run Philly style. You helped us run the main office, and you were amazing college access leaders. And without question, our school is better for the work that you all put in. Each of you and all of you have, in your unique ways, embodied the best of what we hope this school could be for our students and our city. And while the road was not always easy and the path was not always straight, all of you have reached this milestone moment in your lives, secure in the knowledge that you have accomplished so much in your time with us. And the hallmark of those accomplishments were the incredible capstones that you presented over the past few weeks. They were as unique and powerful as you all are. You wrote books about love. You created original films, from horror movies to animated videos about our school. You elevated the voices and lives of the students of our city through art shows and film festivals and zines. You built original furniture. You designed the middle school STEM curriculum to expose more students of color to STEM and to the joys that they can learn of engineering. You created events for our school community that made our school better. You made engineering products that made lives better for people with medical challenges. You taught mini courses at SLA, and the list goes on and on and on. In all, you took our core values and applied them to your own ideas, your own passions, and in doing so, created those incredible artifacts of learning. The class of 2026 stood in front of your community and said, "This is who I am. This is what I can do, and this is how I can make a difference." And in doing so, you reminded us of what young people can do when given the freedom and support to dream big. In short, you put in the hours. You did the work. You made our school better. You made our city better. And in doing so, you learned about yourself and learned what you can do. And again, you have over and over again answered that question, why will SLA be a better school? Because you came here in ways that left all of the adults in awe. And the thing is, it's just beginning. You know, as the other speakers have mentioned, that the world needs you. The world needs your intelligence, your advocacy, your compassion, your hard work, and your sense of right and wrong. For tonight, while it is a night of celebration and reflection, it is also a night to look forward. You have completed one chapter of your life tonight, but it is our hope that the lessons you have learned with us propel you into what comes next. You are our most hopeful promise that the world tomorrow can be better than it is today. So if you will indulge me one last time, I'm going to go back to those core values and give you some thoughts on how you can do that. First off, you remember that inquiry means asking hard questions, not just of yourselves, but others. And you must remember that the true spirit of inquiry never means settling for easy or trite answers. You must remember those moments of the past 4 years where you have challenged yourself and those around you to discover new ideas, to shed old illusions, and to rewrite your world anew. You must have the humility to understand that we stand on the shoulders of giants, and that must lead you to research what others have done before you so that you do not repeat the mistakes of the past or of the present. So be a seeker of knowledge, both old and new, and know that seeking out and synthesizing ideas and knowledge and experience is the part of the human experience that can guide our hands as we try to change the world. And as you go, remember that we are better together than we are apart, and seek out collaboration. You must understand that the complexity of the challenges we face are more powerfully understood when viewed through the lens of many than the lens of one. You have walked for 4 years in a community that values and at times struggles with the diversity of voices that make up the rich tapestry of our city and our school. We are all better for listening to each other and informing each other's voices. Never forget that idea, the idea of collaboration, of diversity, of coming together, is also at the heart of how we will make the world a better place. So keep presenting your ideas, keep making your voices heard, keep speaking for the purpose of educating your listeners, and keep working to make your voice inclusive so that others may pick up your cause, your idea, your voice, and echo and amplify it for many more, because your ideas are far too powerful to live in isolation. And I urge you, no matter how busy you get, no matter how important the work you are doing is, take the time to reflect. For it is when we honor the need for reflection on our actions, on our world, on what we have learned, that we can process and figure out what must comes next. Never be in such a rush to do, to create, to lead, that you lose sight of the importance of listening, of stillness, of the wise counsel of others, so that you can always be thoughtful and intentional about what you have done and what you have left to do. And of course, make sure you remember that unspoken sixth value, care. We have all benefited from being in a caring environment where adults and students alike take the time to care for one another, where questions like, what do you think and how do you feel and what do you need, are not admissions of weakness but of strength. No matter what the world around us may value or may showcase or may reward, always remember this. To be kind when the world would encourage you to be cruel is to show strength, not weakness. To listen deeply to others, to thoughtfully construct answers, and to create solutions that empower the many is the best way to make change. And that matters because we need you. The work that you do, the challenges you embark upon, the causes you champion. Once you leave our hallways matter. You are our best hope for the future because you are what we hope for SLA graduates. You are thoughtful, wise, passionate, and kind. And you are, each and all of you, what the world needs. So you must be smarter than we have been, more compassionate than we have been able to be, and braver than we can imagine. But as I look upon you now, I see a group of young people more than ready to rise to that challenge. You have accomplished so much in your 4 years with us, and it really is just the beginning. On behalf of the entire SLA faculty and staff, we are so proud of all you have done, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations to the Science Leadership Academy, class of 2026. Long may you shine. And it is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage, to read the names of the graduates, Ms. Kelly Showalter. I know, right?
Good evening. Would Mr. Ames please come to the stage? And would the Ames Smith Advisory please rise? Ada Billman. Alessandro Bogoni. JC Butler. Cade Karras Cow. Reese Cross. Ian Dingle. Edward Ferguson. Miles Foster. Aspen Fredrickson. Madison George. Calum Heisler. Victoria Jang. Lucia Singer Mead. Carter Phillips. Jasmila Vicente Rosario. JL Smith. Quincy Sullivan. Jacqueline Valenzo Castro. Majeen Edith Wojtek Valbrun. Graham Wickland. Ames Smith Advisory, please be seated. Will Miss Atkins and Miss Odom please come to the stage? And Atkins Odom Advisory, please rise. Johanna Alexandre. Oscar Bennett. Henry Blakelock. Malaya Bokanite. Maya Bright. Nora Diffley Kenny. Penelope Franduano. Destiny Harris. Caitlin J. Gianna Johnson. Magdalena Johnson. Theodore Lee. Zhao Yu Lu. Emerson Melchor Marroquin. Jack Manazian. Logan Morrison Fano. Juniper Nims. Ione Saunders. Lucas Stern. Jaden Vilaipan. Nazar Israel. Menghao Zhang. Atkins Odom Advisory, please be seated. Will Miss Clancy please come to the stage? And Clancy's Advisory, please rise. Miles Bly. Rehan Lena Bukalfa. Christopher Michael Bush. Sasha Tamia Butler. Stephen Deep. Fern Duffy. Braylon Latrell Dunlap. Jabri Dutton. Talia Femia. Sharon FNU. Tavi Grazier. Sophia Julia Griggs. Brooke Johnson. Jael Lap Yoder. Tai Yu Lin. Adrian Marrero. Cole McNamee. Abdul Pearson Jr. Isabel Robinson. Miriam Rose Smith. Johanna Weber. Sing Yun Zhang. Will the Clancy Advisory please be seated? Will Mr. Clapper come to the stage? And Clapper's advisory, please rise. Alexandra Aquino Vaquero. Kyla Carter. Alanis Daly. Jasper Fintus. Khalil Gorenstein. Josephine Hilton. Amelia Jean-Pierre. Milan Little. Desmond Maggione. Catherine Moore. Dylan Paul. Gray Peltz. Chloe Perez. Amelia Radziszewska. Bo Riviere. Natan Romer Block. Joshua Ryan. Fiona Shee. Hannah Stein. Ryan Suprijanto. Marissa Williams. Will Clapper's advisory, please be seated. Will Miss Garcia please come to the stage? And Miss Garcia's advisory, please rise. Ada Askin Terry. Winslow Coleman. Alex Crimmins. Naeem Duppins. Quazir James. Adil Kabir. Angel Keeve. Gabriella Mintz. Emra Pak. Vera Penov. Anna Richberg. Wayne Salisbury III. Jamie Simmons. Niamani Simpson. Theodore Singer. Mara Stover. Raphael Torak. Jocelyn Vilches Salas. Twyla Watkins. Hannah Weldon. Tiffany Zhang. Garcia's advisory, please be seated. Will Miss Guzman please come to the stage? Are you ready? And Will Guzman's advisory please rise? Abigail Alcantara. Austin Banks. Austin Banks. Gabriel Belita. Caleb Clark. Aman Easterling. Olivia Sohei Fitz. Eleanor Hornsby. Oslis Hasni. Camilla Jamiri. Caleb King. Diu Liu. Ignacio Lorenzo. Riley McKenna. Destiny Melkor. Jackson O'Brien. Angelina Olson. Nigel Uzi. Lottie. Rayvon Sapp. Annalay Yancey. Matthew Zematitis Jr. David Zhang. Guzman's Advisory, please be seated.
Ms. Schaaf, come back. Ms. Schaaf, come back. All right. Will the graduates of the Science Leadership Academy of the class of 2026 please rise? The time has come to turn your tassels. I give you the class of 2026. Families, we will be gathering in the gym right after this. The seniors are going to head back. Please join us in the gym for hugs and goodbyes and celebrations. Yeah. We're going to wait here while the graduates exit, and then we're all going to meet in the gym.